ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have our first toast by our maid of honor. Anna, take it away.
Hi, everyone. For those of you I have not yet had the chance to meet, my name is Anna, and I am Haley's maid of honor. I would first like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Gilbert and Mr. and Mrs. Horgan for helping to plan this celebration that's been so wonderful today. And I would also like to thank all of you for joining Haley and Andrew on this special day. So Haley, you did it. Ever since we met the summer before our junior year of college, we've been talking about this very day. And while it seems so distant in those conversations, we've finally made it. We've shared a lot of tears and a lot more laughter along the way. And I'm so proud of the person you have become and are still growing to be. And while we may reminisce on the summers that we spent singing Gucci Gucci and lounging by the pool, or that time we adopted some baby ducks, or took in 2 stray dogs for a couple of weeks/months, or the countless other memories from our carefree college days, I know that this is just the beginning. You are getting to the good part. You've got your man, and he couldn't be more perfect for you. So Andrew, I'm giving up a lot today. You see, Haley was the person I was supposed to grow old with, but fortunately for you, she chose true love over the single life with me. Nonetheless, I respect the love that you show her every day. And I cannot remember a time that I was happier than when you called to say that you were popping the question, or a bigger smile on his face, on anyone's face, than the time he showed me the ring that he had picked out for Haley. So now that you are Haley's person, I thought that I would share a few tips on how to be that person, although you probably already have an idea. Number 1, watch movies with her. Lots and lots of movies, and unlike me, try and stay awake for most of them. Number 2, let her take in as many stray animals as she can find on the side of the road. Number 3, answer her texts and promptly. Number 4, remember to have fun with each other. Number 5, always have chips and salsa in the house. Number 6, stand up for her, even though she does a really good job of this on her own. Number 7, listen to her. And finally, love her unconditionally, because now she's your girl. On the day Andrew proposed to Haley, it was my job to get her there. And gosh, if we almost did not make it there. You see, Haley can be a very stubborn girl. And as we were driving to the club football field, where Andrew's car had broken down, Haley thought that we were going to the golf course. And as I made my way to the football field, Haley noticed I was going the wrong way to the golf course and very promptly shouted, "Where are you going? This is the complete wrong way. You should have turned way back there, but I guess we'll get there eventually." And maybe an extra word or two that I won't mention now. As you can guess, we did make it there. And that stubbornness came out again when she saw Andrew standing in the middle of the field and said, "Why in the world is he standing in the middle of the field in a suit and tie?" And I tell you this story to point out that Haley knows what she wants and is stubborn in the way most Southern women are until she gets it. And she got her man, and I know that she loves Andrew with this same stubbornness day in and day out. As Dr. Seuss says it, you know you're in love when you can't fall asleep because your dreams, or because reality is finally better than your dreams. And what a love these two have. I have lost many an hour's sleep listening to Haley talk about her and Andrew's journey, and know for a fact that through the ups and the downs, it has been better than anything she could have dreamed. I've seen her at her worst and very often at her best, but through the years, I've never seen her as happy as she is as when she's with Andrew. So everyone, please join me in a toast. To Haley and Andrew, I believe I speak for everyone here when I say that I wish you both the very best. Here's to a lifetime of love, faith, and friendship better than your dreams. Yay. Sorry. Oh, gosh.
All right, everybody give all a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And now a toast by best man Vince. Everybody get up for Vince, everybody. Thank you.
All right. I don't know how I'm going to do this with one hand. So, I thought really hard about whether or not I wanted to do this today. But I felt that being in front of Andrew's, closest friends and family, and now Haley's closest friends and family, I thought it was as good a time as any to reveal his deepest, best kept secret that only I have known for the past 17 years. Ladies and gentlemen, you are in the presence of a superhero. And I know I'm sort of breaking the cardinal rule by doing this, but Andrew's true identity is Spider-Man. I know this may come as a shock to some of you, but I want you to give me the chance to prove it. Some of you here today have seen or heard about the movies Andrew and I used to make as kids growing up in Maryland. Andrew would spend maybe 5 out of every 7 days of the week crashing in my place, and this was one of the things we did to pass the time. So in between clips of us jumping out of trees and driving my family's wagon in the back of parked cars on my cul-de-sac, not purposely by the way, there's recorded proof of little Andrew shooting his web, using his spider senses to magically climb walls in my backyard. And although I'm not going to show you those videos today, I have a pretty good platform that I could have done so. Haley, maybe one day, if he lets me. I came up with another way to prove it. I met Andrew when I was in 2nd grade. We went to the same grade school, middle school, and high school. And although he went to a little place called Clemson for college, a little bit farther away from home than I did, with help from him and some of his friends, he made it seem like he never left. Well, simply put, there's not a time in my life I can remember when he was not there for me, which is pretty amazing because growing up, I quite possibly could have been the most annoying kid on the planet. And I know I still do things to this day that make him think nothing's changed. But the point of all this is, the thing about Andrew that makes me believe he truly is Spider-Man is the same thing that I use to define our relationship. The fact that whenever I needed him, whether it was for a stunt in a new home movie we were doing, or during my darkest times, he always found a way to drop down from his web and make it better. And there are really countless times I could reference this, but I wanted to share one time in particular that is a testament to this man's character and why he means so much to me. A few years ago, my mom was in the hospital and I didn't really know what was going to happen. And just like most people in that situation, I was scared and I was clueless. And I was walking around the hospital trying not to lose my mind, and then out of nowhere, he just appeared. I don't even think I asked him to come down or to take off work or anything like that, but I just turned around and he was there. And he wasn't in a Spider-Man jumpsuit or anything, which would have been awesome. But he did have enough cash in his pocket to take me to Union Station to get a few DC Lotto scratch-offs to pass the time until she was out of surgery. And she's fine, by the way, but I think it has something to do with the fact that we gave her lucky scratch-offs when we got back to the room. So isn't this the kind of stuff that makes people heroes? Well, although this story might not be as flashy as the movies, to me they don't need to be. Things like this are among many others why I'm sure Haley loves about Andrew. And knowing him for so long, there's not a person in this world that will be more caring and supportive than him. Haley, I know you know this, but I wanted to say it again. You're in great hands. And although I haven't had the pleasure of knowing Haley for as long as I've known Andrew, I know she possesses the same great qualities that her husband does. And she has been nothing but supportive of me since I've met her, and she encourages me like a sister. But she doesn't let me get away with nearly as much as Andrew does, which is probably a good thing. So I'm excited for your lives together. I am so incredibly happy to share this moment with the both of you. I can't wait to see where your love's going to take you. Andrew, I love you and you're my superhero. Congratulations on marrying the girl of your dreams. Haley, in the 17 years I've known him, I've never heard him talk about a girl the way he does about you. And I know he's always going to be there to catch you out of the sky or to save you from villains. Just please ask him to get a bigger jumpsuit if you want him to wear it. Because I don't think the one we used to film him as kids still fits. So I wish you both the life you've always dreamed of together, and I can't think of anyone more deserving than these two. if everyone could please raise a glass to Mr. and Mrs. Andrew Horkin. Thank you.
All right, the best man, everybody. Give it up for him. Give him a round of applause. All right, if everybody wants to go ahead and grab those cameras and come on up to the cake table, because it is now time for the bride and groom to cut their wedding cake.